Hey guys, how's it going? So kind of a special video, or special to me anyways. I've Xeliminator. So I'm just gonna do like my opinion on it. We'll check out the insides. I modified it quite a bit, which is probably not. I don't know. Like it's probably looked down upon for the hardcore Explorer guys, but the way I see it, like it's my gun. I'll do what I want. But yeah, I changed quite a bit inside. But going over the outside. First, it has a shotgun grip at the front with Picatinny rails on the side and full Picatinny on the top. I have a hawk muzzle on there. The Picatinny rails on top are very consistent. I like them a lot. It's not like the thin, fat shit. The stock, so the stock and the pump is cast, which is kind of nicer because then you get the brass inserts there, and then the stock's one piece. But the shell's CNC'd, of course, and then these rails are actually CNC'd. They're just painted black. And then all the other parts are CNC'd, besides the ones that I replaced, of course. And it's a nice gun. I think it looks nice. It looks really nice, actually. I'm liking it a lot. Nice mag release. The trigger is very interesting. You know, it's triggered like a rifle, like a real rifle. So we'll crack her open now and see what's going on inside, and I'll show you the modifications I did. And yeah, hopefully I don't piss off any Explorer fanboys. Okay, so here's the internals, just how they are. And I'll go over the changes I did. So first of all, I made a nylon catch that was thicker. The one that it came with was like an 1/8 inch thick. And like I don't know what was going on there, it just was way too thin and it wobbled, it wouldn't catch. I don't know why it was like that. But yeah, I made a 3/16 nylon catch, so that's nice. Trigger system was fine. The major change that I did to the internals was the plunger tube. Oh, I'm gonna have to, hold on. Okay, so yeah, I changed the plunger tube here. Same cap as before, but this is stainless steel, and this actually, the reason I changed it to this is because the ID of this is actually much bigger than the stock PVC plunger tube. The bore is a lot smoother, and it's perfectly round. You know, PVC actually isn't very round, so I have an expanded plunger tube, which is nice. Mine has a metal pusher. I asked for that specifically, and Hang was nice enough to make it for me. I had to change this piece. Just because I don't know, I lost the other one, and then I made a new back cap, and I'll show you that as well. And the kind of neat thing about this is the plunger rod is very short in this. Like, look, it doesn't come out until the very end. So I'll show you that in a second. And then the rest of the internals, you have your little sled here, which is nice. This is pretty tough. I would like to get this made out of aluminum possibly one day, but the Delrin is fine for now. It's definitely tough enough. CNC Delrin dart gate, which is nice. I really like this blaster. The internals are good. This is probably one of my favorite Explorer blasters. This was my all-time favorite Explorer blaster, but then they came out with the X Seal, and I was like, oh shit, I should have waited, because if the X Seal was out before this, like if they were both out at the same time, I probably would have got the X Seal. But I do like this. Like, I don't dislike it at all. I like it very much. And I've had a few offers to sell it, but I don't know. Maybe if the right offer comes along, you know, I'm open to it. But like, I do really like this thing. So, anyways, like I said, I got a hawk muzzle on here. And then I changed the barrel just to fit my darts a little better, and it's slightly longer than the original. But yeah, there's the dart gate. And see, this is the part that I thought wouldn't go over very well with like hardcore Explorer people, is what I've done to the shell. And I've done this on both sides. So these used to be gaps, like holes, and every single one I've cut out a piece of PVC, like solid PVC block, filed it to the right shape, and then epoxied it in every single gap. So this is totally solid now. And then I got some PVC sheet, and I glued it on there to make that wall thicker, up here thicker, and then this part has putty on it, and then all this is filled with PVC block as well, and I've done that on both sides. And then this part here was a little bit thin, So this has putty in it as well. It's totally filled with putty. So like all the spot, and then the mag well, I filed blocks to size and I glued them in. It's actually pretty clean. It's not as clean as like, you know, Hang's design, like he CNC'd it out and it's like perfect, right? Because it's CNC'd, but I think for hand work, these PVC blocks came out fairly well. Like they fit pretty good. So I'm happy with that. I did that to both sides. But like I said, I don't know. Hardcore Explorer guy might go like, you know, why would you do that? And, you know, the reason I did that is because this is an expensive gun, and I want to use it. And I would hate to, like, I'm not saying it would break stock. It's just that's stuff that I worry about. So this was just like peace of mind for me. It was totally fine the way it was, strength-wise, but I just wanted to make it more strong, just so I never have to worry about it. And then the plunger tube, I couldn't help it. I found that tubing. It was the exact OD of the PVC pipe that was in it before, but the ID was like almost an 1/8 inch bigger. So yeah, I couldn't help it. So yeah, I'll show you the inside of that now. I'll show you my plunger rod and my custom plunger cup that I lathed. Okay, so here's the back part. It has a little spring guide, so the spring can't dance in there. And then I still have the little chamfered or tapered part, so the plunger rod can, you know, find its way in the hole. For the spring that I'm using a cut down K25 spring, which is actually stronger than the spring that came with it. And then I have a Recon spring on top of that. I had a rapid fire dart gun spring on top of the K25, but it was just way too hard to prime, and you know, I want to actually use this thing. And then my plunger rod, I have a nylon plunger head, and that's lathed with the O-ring. And then it also has a spring guide to keep the spring from buckling. And then the actual plunger rod itself is lathed Delrin, because I didn't want the aluminum rod to be eating up the nylon catch. And since I actually have a little bit more draw now, because this cap is flush to the plunger tube, so that gained me about 1/8 inch draw. And then the way I did my plunger cup in the front, I have a little bit more draw with that as well. So I got about 1/4 inch more draw out of this, plus the expanded plunger tube. So I needed to change the catch anyways. And the spring that I'm using allows me to push back a little further. So I had to completely change the plunger rod. But yeah, anyways, here's the plunger tube again. And it's really smooth. I took a honing tool and I honed the inside and then polished the stainless steel. I don't know if you can really see in there. Oh, there you go. So it's super shiny inside, and then I can't really show you my plunger cup besides that I lathed an aluminum one. So this plunger cup, it has a dual O-ring running along this, and then it has the normal O-ring that seals in this little lip like a stock Longshot does. So that's pretty cool. And instead of being glued on, it's actually threaded on. I think I have the version 1 that the first time I tried it, so I'll grab that just to show you because it's pretty similar. Okay, so I found the old plunger tube, and you can see that, you know, the one I found is bigger, and it's more round, which is nice. And then here's the original plunger cup versus the V1 of what I made. So see, mine's threaded. So the new one that I did, the only difference is that this has 2 small O-rings on it instead of 1 fat O-ring. And I don't know what I'm going to do to this. If anyone has an Xeliminator and they want this, you know, they're welcome to it. I'll just give it to them for free. And then this is what I was talking about with the catch. Like, it's a nice catch, but it's just thin. Like, I don't know why it's so thin. But yeah, whatever. And I don't know where the old plunger rod is. I can't find it. And then, so this is the original cap. It's a nice cap, nothing wrong with it. And then this is the first cap that I made. But then I thought, oh, if I just make, you know, the back ring flush, I can gain a tiny bit more room and make the plunger tube a little longer. So that's what I did. And then I made it a nylon just because I was feeling lazy. I didn't feel like lathing some aluminum again. And I think that's all I have to show you. That's pretty much all internally. I'm going to put it back together, and then maybe we'll shoot a little bit. Yeah, so I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so it's all put together again, and so I forgot to go over the stock. The casting quality is pretty nice. It's not perfect, you know, it's cast, whatever, but it is nice, and it's adjustable. I think it's 4 position. 1, 2, 3. So position 1, position 2, position 3, and position 4 all the way collapsed. I usually like it to have it one out. That's about right for me. Mag release down here, very nice. It didn't come with the Xeliminator colored in. I did that just with paint marker, and the shell was like kind of a lighter gray when I got it. I cleaned it up with some acetone, and then I actually oiled it with I don't know, some oil, and it made it turn this nice gray color, which I really like. And this is CNC'd out of PVC, if you weren't aware. Kind of unique thing about this blaster is it'll actually chamber full-length darts. If I'm not mistaken, this is the only Xplorer blaster ever to chamber full-length darts. So that's what we're going to shoot. We're going to shoot one full-length dart and then a few X-tip V3s. So always prime before you load it. Mag goes in, and then here's the full length. Shot fine. I actually broke the dart. I think that was all 4. Oh. One more dart. And yeah, that's it. Show you the seal. This is unusual for an Xplorer blaster to have such a good seal. I guess this was made back when, maybe around the time that the V3 long shot breech was coming out, because the pusher is basically the same. And this has a nice seal, so see if you can hear it. I held it for like 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, nice seal, nice gun overall. I do really like it. It's comfortable. It's a little long, and the trigger's a little small. I mean, the handle's slightly small for my hand, but that's really my only complaint about it. It's a nice blaster. I definitely like it. I'd buy in more Xplorer CNC blasters if they weren't so damn expensive. You know, I understand why, and I won't get into that. That's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to show you my Xeliminator. I hope you enjoy it. I definitely do. It's my baby. I really like this gun. It symbolizes a lot of hard work, because I paid for this gun with money from commissions. I didn't use like any of my money from my job or something like that. It was all just commission money. So this represents a lot of hours in the shop working away on other blasters. And anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.